Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I got a monologue book. Me happy. I'm gonna read off of it. It's gonna be kind of annoying because I'm gonna be looking down. But yeah, it's called First Date. It's kind of interesting. It's not really that funny, but I'm gonna try my best. Especially since Mother Nature's kicking me in the butt right now. Ugh. I don't like weather. Okay, well. I suppose every girl dreams about what it would be like when she goes on her first date. I know I did. For months. No, make that years. Before I ever had a real date, I daydreamed about how it would be. I don't mean vague daydreams, like some guy will ask me out to go out with him. I mean specific daydreams, like Kurt Adams will call me, and when I say hello, he'll say, "You're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and I hope you'll do the honor of attending the harvest dance with me." I imagine what would happen on the night of the dance, too. Kurt would bring me flowers, not ordinary flowers, something unusual, something exquisite, a bouquet of tiger lilies, perhaps, or a nosegay of violets and baby orchards. He'd help me with my coat and open the door of his Porsche for me, and while we drove to the dance, we'd have a soliciting conversation on a variety of topics. I could tell you what I thought would happen at the dance, too, but perhaps you'd rather hear what really happened on my first date. To begin with, it wasn't Kurt Adams who called. It was Herbert McFish. This was something of a surprise since I avoided Herbert whenever possible. He said, "Oh yeah, this is Herbert. Wanna go to the movies Friday night?" I said, "You mean with you?" And he said, "Of course I mean with me, stupid. What you think I'm calling you up for?" At that point, I had to make a decision. Did I want to have the experience of going on a real date badly enough to say yes to Herbert? To be bluntly honest, did I want to have the experience of calling all my girlfriends and telling them I had a date badly enough to let the date with Herbert? I did. He said he'd pick me up at 6:45. That gave me 2 days to decide what to wear. A good dress and heels, a navy slacks and gray blazer, a sweatered skirt with flats. In the end, I wore the socks, slacks, and blazer. Herbert wore jeans and a sweatshirt and said, "Hot tricks," on the front. His father drove us because Herbert flunked the written part of the driver's test and didn't have his license yet. Not only did his father drive us, his mother rode along. What? She asked me so many questions that Herbert and I had no time for a conversation. The movie was terrible, a senseless plot of lots of blood and violence. I went to the restroom twice just so I didn't have to watch. In my daydreams, the dance was always followed by a late candlelight supper with soft music in the background. I was realistic enough to expect a candlelight supper after a movie with Herbert, but I did think we might go somewhere for a hamburger or a hot fudge sundae. I would have been happy with McDonald's just so I could tell my friends we went out to eat after the movie. But when we came out of the theater, there was Mr. and Mrs. McFish, double parked in the front, watching for us. Mrs. McFish got out of her car and drove and shouted, "Herbie, over here!" She had her hair in rollers. I devoutly prayed that no one I knew could see me. When the ride home was mercifully over, Herbert walked me to the door. I lied and told him I had a wonderful time. In my daydreams, Kurt Andrews always kissed me goodnight. Herbert couldn't. Not with his parents watching us. I was glad about that. There are some experiences I simply don't want, not even if I could tell my friends. Okay, that was really bad. I messed up on my words and I stumbled a lot. Yeah, I should have memorized it first and practiced more. Love me. I'm gonna go now.